Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela Thierry if this is your first time here, and welcome to the video. Today's video is completely different and completely left from anything. Oh, I have this one here bothering me. This is completely different from any video I've ever posted or ever thought of posting. At least with my channel being so small. But I felt like right now we're in such a crazy time period right now, and it's kind of like historic. At least it's definitely a historic time right now. Today we're going to talk about how I feel as a college senior, having your senior year just be completely like changed and just completely different from what you expected it to be. I am a senior at NYU, and NYU class of 20. I was on the road, or I am on the road still, to getting my bachelor's of science in accounting in May, I hope, and my master's of science in accounting in August. I also hope. That's so far in the future, it's hard to tell. Well, not so far, but far enough. It's hard to tell what can happen even into August. But I literally just got the email saying everyone has to move out of the campus, and for the rest of the semester we'll be meeting online. I've seen some instances where professors are ending their classes right now and just passing kids based on where they are now, because it's just so hectic. And it's crazy because when you start high school or college, you wait those 4 years to get to that point where you have prom, your formal, graduation, the whole thing. And 2020 completely messed that up. And it's really surreal because I've been waiting for this time for so long. I've struggled in school for so long. And it's almost like you struggle, you push. Especially in my school, it's really challenging, and it's a lot of work to be in my school. So it was like getting to graduate and having the ceremony would just be like the whole reward. You know what I mean? Like the icing on the cake. I finally did it. I made it. This was all for something. And that's not to say I'm not getting a diploma. I'm not getting my degree, because I better. Right? I'm sure I still am. But it's just a shock that, when I went to school last Monday, I don't know why I'm so emotional about this. I feel like if I was a freshman, a junior, a sophomore, that I would be so excited. Oh, I don't have to go back the rest of the semester. But being a senior, it's crazy to think that when I went to school last Monday, that was the last day I'd be in school, at least as an undergrad. Like I said, I still have another degree to finish. But I don't even know how that's gonna look at this point. But it's crazy to think as an undergrad, that was the last time I would be in class, because as of then it was expected that we'd be back in April, and we're not going back. Like, some people have to move home, and I can't imagine like being an undergrad and just doing your bachelor degree, and as a senior just literally being told, okay, you have to leave, and that's it, bye. I didn't think I would be like as emotional about it, but it is shocking. It's really crazy, especially being someone from New York City, from Manhattan, when you're used to people always being outside. And like, I'm not that I'm always outside, I'm mostly outside because I have to go to school, or when I was working I have to go to work. I've literally been inside for almost a week. If I go outside, it's less than a mile away and I'm walking somewhere, so I'm not going far distances. And it's really weird to see streets very empty, supermarkets empty. It's shocking. And for all public schools to be closing is a huge deal. There are kids whose parents can't take care of them during the day. They don't have childcare. Sometimes schools are the only place kids can get meals. And it's pretty intense. I just thank God that, you know, the kids in my family have people to stay home and watch them. Not my nephews, but they're at the age where they can watch themselves. And it's kind of upsetting that, like, my sister, my mom still have to go to work because, you know, they still have to go to work. That might change at some point in the future, but it is what it is right now. It's kind of scary because it's something that's not under control right now, and there's no estimate of when it will be under control. It's really intense, and I remember people not taking it seriously, just saying it was a hoax. But when multiple countries, multiple government organizations having people on lockdown, entire countries on lockdown, I think it's pretty serious. And Italy is a prime example where they're pretty far from China, not as far as we are, but, and for them to be struggling so much with the virus, not able to control it, and many people die out there is intense. And I'm sure if they could have decided 2 weeks ago to take it more seriously, they would have. I know a lot of people that went on spring break vacations, continue to go on vacations, continue to take flights just because they're cheap. And I can't control people's actions, but I feel like just because we're young and our bodies are probably more capable of surviving the virus and making it out okay with the virus, it doesn't mean we won't carry it to someone else who might not be able to handle it. I know my mother is very asthmatic. She's not old. I'm not about to put her on blast like that, but she does have some underlying conditions. Even though she works out a lot, she's a healthy individual. Unlike myself, I might be susceptible, God forbid. But, you know, she has to go out to work, and that's a scary thought. My dad is, I'll put him on blast. He's a little bit old. And he definitely has underlying conditions that would make me worried about him being outside or like who he interacts with, because you never know. New York City is so big. In one day we can have contact with so many people that we don't know, we can't keep track of. That's why I think it's so important to stay inside as much as possible. Legit. I haven't left, really. I went to the store with my mom a couple times, but that's really it. I went to get sneakers and had to ship sneakers. That was it. I went and I came back. It's really intense, and just to be safe and not sorry, it's best to just follow precautionary orders, I guess. It's a crazy time. I didn't expect to have this happen again. I remember in 2019, just literally just like, wow, it's 2020. This is the year. This is the year I graduate. And I've had a calendar on my iPad and on my whiteboard here in my room, counting down the days until graduation. Today would have been 65 days away from graduation. And more likely than not, we're not having a graduation ceremony, which is wild. I already brought my dresses. I already bought my dresses. So that's kind of frustrating. We haven't even taken senior portraits. We don't have senior cap and gowns. I don't have a goss ring, nothing. And it's just like senior year was flipped upside down. And that's nothing I would have expected. It's crazy. I'm quite emotional about it, but I could also be PMS or just being straight emotional about it. I mean, senior graduation, especially from college, where like for most people that's it. Like, I'm not doing school anymore. F this, I'm done. For this to be it for some people is pretty emotional, especially if one day you're in school for class and you not knowing that was your last day in class. Even though like I don't even like school anymore. I don't like going to school. It's just the fact that, you know, I thought I had 9 more weeks to process the fact that it was ending, and I wouldn't even be leaving because I would have to be back a week later. But the fact that that was it is crazy. And yeah, that's crazy. This is the longest I filmed in a row, I think. I don't know if I'm upset by it, but I'm definitely in shock of it. I didn't think I would really feel this way because I just disliked being in school so much, and school gave me a lot of anxiety, especially in my last semester. Like, I have to finish these credits. If I don't pass any class, I'm not graduating. There's a lot of anxiety around senior year for some people, unless you make it so that senior year you don't do shit. But I couldn't do that because, like I said, doing 2 degrees. Right now I'm technically taking graduate level classes, and honestly I'll probably still be taking them because my professors will continue to teach me and give me homework. But I hope one of them, just one of my professors, you know, alleviate me from my pain for the class. So we'll see. You never know. This year is definitely crazy. And if you're a college senior, if you're a high school senior, I know high school seniors get so excited to graduate because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be in college and it's gonna be fun. We're about to be live. It's gonna be lit. Gonna get turned. All that crazy shit. And then, you know, like, you don't have prom. Nothing. It's intense. And if you're a senior anywhere, my heart goes out to you if you're feeling a type of way, because you're probably not the only one. It's a crazy time, and even though you're young and you probably won't get, someone probably will get the virus because it's spreading so fast, but even though you think you'll survive it and you'll be okay, I'm sure you'll come into contact with someone, or in contact with someone who will be in contact with someone who can get the virus and not be okay. So don't be selfish. Don't just think of yourself and your happiness. Think about really the world, because this is a worldwide issue. And if you're traveling, you can be taking that virus to someone who is in a country that they can't handle it. And yeah, like, I know a lot of people going to PR. I contemplated it. $40? What? I contemplated it. But then if you think about it, it's like, I don't want to put myself in a position where I contract the virus, and I also don't want to bring it somewhere where Puerto Rico has been through so many natural disasters that their infrastructure is just not where it needs to be. It's so damaged. So bringing any more of the virus over there, any more contaminators, any more of the infected, it just hurts them more and more. Be mindful of that. I know we all like to just think we're invincible. Everything will be okay. It's not just about you. You're still young. You'll still have your life to live after this is all over. But there are some people who won't be able to handle it, and they're, hospitals can only manage so many people. That's a big issue, or hospitals just can't house the number of people getting sick. So keep that in mind. It's getting pretty serious. Like, if people think it's not as serious as it is, that they just think it's, but yeah, the media exaggerates things, but you also have to keep in mind the actions being taken place around the world. It's not looking good. And just be grateful that governments are trying to take the steps to control the situation that they can and should want to control. They don't want more people getting the virus and risk people getting the virus that will die from it, because that's the big issue. A lot of us will be able to survive it, but there are still people who won't. Just think about that. Trying to be precautious and save people's lives. It's not just about you. It's not just about brainwashing. It's an actual issue happening out there. And yeah, that's all I have to say. This was the most serious video, and who's gonna listen to me? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just a little old girl. I'm not a girl. I'm a woman. But I'm a very, very, very tiny YouTuber. And who will listen to me? I don't know. But I felt like seeing the email, I just felt like sharing and felt like putting the viewpoint of 21-year-old college senior, a New Yorker. New Yorkers are very prone to being outside, just giving my viewpoint on all of this, how I feel. I don't want it to seem like I'm just, like, how do I say it? It's not that I'm just taking what the media says or whatever, or being influenced by anything else. I would like to consider myself a highly educated individual because, I go to a great school. Not that I pay tuition, because I get financially, so I don't pay anything. But we do learn a lot, and we definitely learn to think for ourselves and on our own and take on our own beliefs. And I believe this is a big deal. And I hope I don't offend anyone. I hope, I'm just giving my story. I'm just giving my story, giving my opinion and my advice. You don't have to listen to it. You don't have to be negative about it. You don't have to give hate on it, because people just love to give hate to give hate. You know what I'm saying? Don't give hate. Like, that does no good for anyone. You might think it does good for you, but it doesn't. So it's also kind of upsetting because I had multiple graduation ceremonies. I was supposed to graduate in Madison Square Garden, which is huge. Being from New York, it's one of the biggest venues, the most popular venues we have. And I was also supposed to graduate at Yankee Stadium, which was the biggest deal. The biggest deal. Because I'm such a huge Yankee fan. And that's probably not happening. That's a big shock. I was definitely looking forward to Yankee Stadium a lot. That was like really special for me and my family. But yeah. Hi, this is post filming Angel with no makeup and more NYU merch. Just also wanted to mention that I talked to my family about everything, and they feel the same way I do. I'm a first generation college student, if I forgot to mention, which I did because I just finished editing most of the video. I'm a first generation college student. I would have been the first to graduate in my immediate family, which is, you know, that's the family that's most important to me, my immediate family. And it was going to be a very exciting moment, not just for me, but for everyone to see me graduate. My mom was upset, my brother was upset. So yeah, it doesn't even just affect the students at this point. It does affect their families. For some people, I know there are a lot of first generation students, even in my school. And graduating was going to be a big deal, not just for them, but for the parents and their siblings. I'm still upset. I'm still upset by it, and I see a lot of people I know upset by it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you thought this video was helpful or insightful, go ahead and share it to wherever you feel like you want to share it. Like, comment down below your thoughts, and yeah, I hope to catch you in the next video, which will be more lighthearted than this and more of a distraction from what's going on. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.